y'all, what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany. Freedom! Make sure y'all are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Okay, y'all, so in our first topic in this video, we have Sav Doll. Now, I definitely enjoy her offset, I guess. I would more so really call it the breakdown or behind the scenes or something, but hey, go off. I don't know. But I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely feel as though I cried all through it. It gave documentary style, you know, behind the music type of ordeal. We started off, you know, with her basically just getting on Now That's TV and, you know, her experience on Young and Reckless. And, you know, what we all wanted to know is, you know, fighting. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, in the beginning, she was like, she grew up fighting. They had one video of her really doing a girl in. I said, yeah, we've seen you fight. It's no need for you to lie and say that you grew up fighting. If you did not grow up fighting, maybe you fought this girl, but it was not given growing up fighting. We've seen you fight, so let's be for real. Boom, we end up seeing her beautiful daughter. We seen her baby daddy, you know, her house. I remember when Sav first got on Young and Reckless, the first season, she had ended up buying her house in ATL, Jaco, you know, and we talked about her transition of going from Tennessee to ATL. And, you know, basically how her and her baby daddy and her child, you know, went there on a whim, didn't have anything, sleeping in cars, trying to figure it out. And with them trying to figure it out, you know, they looked up. God is good. They was able to get them a home. And, you know, she's been flourishing ever since doing TV and, you know, basically like her journey through TV or whatever, and her just moving to a new state. So I was like, oh my God, like that was cool. You know, I definitely enjoyed that. Now, when it got deep, and it got deep real quick. Basically just talking about her mom being on substance and, you know, having substance abuse, and basically how she's trying to help her mom through substance abuse and how the substance abuse has affected her and her family. You know, we got a one-on-one with her sister and obviously encouraging words from her grandmother. Grandma looked it good. Sister looked it good too, but grandma looked it great. Grandma was looking good. I'm like, grandma ain't giving grandma no shade. Grandma is keeping herself up, okay? Grandma looked good. You know, it was definitely something that made me feel closer to Sav as a fan of hers. You know, I definitely felt closer to her. I was crying all through it, y'all. I was feeling it. Like, honestly, the crack, I'm not saying that her mama is on it. I don't know what substance her mama is on. But the crack epidemic absolutely, like, is still to this day hurting black families, you know, obviously. And, you know, we're still dealing with the effects of that till this day. And I just thought, you know, that was something, you know, very strong about her to open up about, because, you know, not every day you know the ins and outs of your fave. So I definitely applaud her for opening up. I and my family have dealt with people being addicted to drugs and having substance abuse. So, you know, I definitely felt connected to her in a way. And like I said, it still affects the black community, the African American community to this day, Americans who are black till this day. You know, and it was definitely sad, but, you know, hopefully her mama absolutely gets it together, and, you know, hopefully she gets on her feet. It is something very hard to snap back into. Like I said, I personally dealt with people around me who have had substance abuse, and, you know, as a I would say even like a victim of somebody being addicted to substance abuse, you know, it is hard to watch them go through that battle. And not only is it hard to watch them, you know, your first mind instantly think, you know, they gone, or, you know, if you can't get in touch with them, immediately you thinking they in a body bag somewhere. So, you know, your anxiety is truly always on high when it comes to them, and I could definitely understand that, you know. And it's a lot of hurt there that I think they moved past, but also, you know, maybe not so much with the sister just saying like she felt some type of way about Sav leaving her and everything, you know. So I definitely understand that the dynamics of the siblings and the oldest sibling having to be the mother, and then, you know, like she said, her mama got into it, so she left for a little while. It affected the sister differently because the sister had needed her. Two of the women that, you know, she loved, you know, left her basically. So it's a lot of abandonment issues. Sav herself, it seems as though she's dealing with abandonment issues. So, you know, it's just a lot. But overall, you know, that was amazing of her, in my opinion, to open up about that. And it's not easy. And I definitely felt where she was coming from. And, you know, the tears were there. I'm not going to lie to y'all. As soon as I started seeing her cry, I'm crying too. I said, damn, where's the tissue box? Lord, I didn't know I was going to be crying. And all y'all was telling me that it was real good. And it absolutely was good. I cannot wait to see more of our faves open up. Let me tell y'all some people who I want to see open up. And it's not your regulars. It's not Ivory. It's not Cash. Who I really want to see open up is Mac. I am not a fan of Mac. I'm really not a fan of Mac. But I would love to know Mac's story. Another person whose story I would love to know about is DTB's. I would love to know Diamond's story very much. Another person is Duke, because as y'all know, everybody real confused on him, on, you know, all the different accents he goes to and everything like that. And I definitely feel like he's really misunderstood. As much as they want to say Ant is misunderstood, Ant is not misunderstood. He just seeks attention. I would love to see Duke. I would love to hear Duke's story. And right now, that's all I got. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Right now, them is my top 3. But the thing about it is, with Now That's TV, and I'm not trying to critique them or nothing, but I'm gonna just say this. Now That's TV be making shows that be real good, but they don't stick to them. Like The Upgrade. You know, obviously we seen Cash. We ain't seen nobody else. They had Crash Out. They just be having, you know, little commercial shows, little mini shows, and they don't stick to them. So to me, what's the purpose of the mini shows when y'all don't stick to them? The only quote unquote like mini shows they really stick to is the Sway Way podcast and The Breakdown. But other than that, they don't stick to these other shows. So I would say let's get a little more consistent with the mini shows, you know, or have them as commercials, but be more consistent with them. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Now let's go to Miss Tanisha, because Zeus was trying to do their big one and get basically like the popular, some of them, not all, but some of the most popular Bad Girls Club cast. So obviously they was trying to get, I don't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me. So she was, girl, when I read it, it's gonna be in a second. But she was basically asking for a lot. She was doing a lot. She felt like they was begging, so, you know, she went out of her way. Her and her bestie, who was also on Bad Girls Club, was telling her not to do baddies. And Tanisha was like, she really didn't want to do baddies. She needs the money, but she really didn't want to do it. The friend was playing like, oh, I'll give you the money. Like, it's no problem. Girl, bye. Anyways, let's get into this. So, Lemmy ends up responding to what she said, and he ends up saying, demanding a producer credit while simultaneously requesting 6 figures per day to merely participate is nothing short of absurd and egregious comical. Please, by all means, feel free to make the proposed number from Zeus public and invite any open discussion on whether it was in fact quote-unquote lowballed. The delusion is impressive. Some of these folks truly belong in a comedy series of their own. I was simply trying to present an opportunity for the fans. Either way, it's all love. Now, let me stop him right there. No, you was trying to make an opportunity so your ass can get a bag. Stop with the fans. Like, these kill me. I'm doing it for the fans. I'm doing it for the fans. No, you all was doing it for the money. Okay? I want the money. Money in the cars in the clothes. The hoe, I suppose. Like, I literally hate when they say, I'm doing it for the fans. Everybody in their daddy is in this for the money. Money in the cars in the clothes, the owns, I suppose. Stop saying y'all doing it for the fans when y'all doing it for a bag, a check. Now, let me say this. I don't know what's on Tanisha's hand that she's putting up to her nose, but baby, you need to relax. First of all, a producer's credit, childish. Girl, sit down. Now, let me say this even before I get into what she said. BGC is iconic. It would be no baddies without BGC. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. It would be no baddies without BGC. But also, too, let's be clear. Y'all are going on 40, maybe even 50. And let's be clear. Y'all did them shows over a decade ago. Nobody's necessarily checking for y'all like they used to. Let's be clear. Nobody's checking for y'all like they used to. The only ones that I would say still are getting checked for to this day would be Megan and Winter. To me, out of the BGC, exclude Natalie. Those two are the true, like, only ones who are still relevant and did what they need to do as entrepreneurs to still have a fan base or still be relevant. You know, the rest is not relevant. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Tanisha is in her 40s going on 50s. I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me. Will forever be iconic. But I know she's not finna go on this show and do anything. We know that already. She's not finna go on this show and do nothing but sit around. Girl, she on the live talking about some, I want my sisters to be protected. I want my sisters to stick together. Girl, your sisters about to go into World War III. What is you talking about? The students are about to be beating down the teachers. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? What are you talking about? Girl, shut up. No. The students are about to put BTA on the teachers. And the teacher said, gotta get that bag, and about to be mobbed. Okay? And I don't mind. Everybody bag, gotta chase the bag, okay? And prepare what's coming with the bag. Mind you, they might just do small appearances here and there, but I don't think Lemmy was wrong for declining and going on about his business. The show has been going on without you for a long time. No shade. The show has been going on without you for the longest. Not only has the show went on without you, I think that you bigger than the program, like somebody really was seeking out for you. They might seek out for you every blue moon. No shade. You know what I'm saying? Every blue moon, they might be like, oh my God, we want Tanisha to do the reunion, da da da. But other than that, 200 likes on the pictures. Natalie rapping. We have another season of Baddies coming out. Nobody's truly keeping up with Tanisha until somebody puts Tanisha in a comment and one or two people see it, then all of a sudden we're thinking about Tanisha. But on your everyday life, when we think about baddies, Tanisha is not thought of. No shade. She's not thought of. I think Tanisha is delusional and needs to go, at this point, eat some grass. Why would they give you a producer credit? Who are you? I don't even know how many seasons they going on with baddies, but they have went on enough seasons without you to let you know you're not bigger than the program, and one monkey don't stop no show. And you have not stopped the show. Now, obviously, people want to see you back on TV for what? I don't really know. Because she's not going to fight. She ain't going to do nothing but talk. And she already on live getting on my nerves, telling my house and sister, and they need to stick together. Stick together for what? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And mind you, word on the curve, allegedly, Zeus was saying 10, 20,000. And quote unquote, she felt like that was a lowball. That's not a lowball when y'all not relevant. This is making y'all back relevant in y'all prime of BGC. Now, if it was Megan, Winner, somebody who is relevant, get views, get engagement on their own, I can understand them being like, huh? Excuse me? I can understand them saying that. But you, I don't see that. Oh, and another one is Dream Doll. But again, like I said, Tanisha need to go touch some grass. Let's be honest and let's be for real. Not only that, this is where the backpack goes off. Name 5 Bia songs. You already know the rest. Cause, girl, at this point, you need to take at least 3 days to yourself. Mind you, too, I believe she married. And she was saying that she'd get the money from her best friend. I think if her husband heard that live, he would have told her to go in the room real quick. You need to have a couple days to yourself because she ain't getting invited back. You did. You slow or something? Like, what? Is you cool? 6 figures per day. And we already know you're not going to be doing anything. 6 figures. You're like, it'll be different if she would be in her prime. If she was in her prime, these numbers would make sense. If she was in her prime and she still was relevant, I wouldn't be mad at you. Because you best to believe if it was a Megan Thee Stallion, you know, what right now, like, I don't really know. But like a Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, if they act something like that, we wouldn't be surprised. Not saying they're baddies, but I'm just saying, like, they're relevant. Cardi B, like, they're relevant. Nicki Minaj, like, these people are relevant. So if they went on baddies for a guest appearance or something, just to be cute, if they asked for 6 figures a day, that would make sense. It would be like, yeah. And pay her. Pay her to stand around and be cute and just be there. You're right, pay her. You know, that would make sense to pay them that. Again, Tanisha is not relevant. Nobody's thinking about Tanisha when they wake up in the morning and when they think about baddies. Maybe BGC, but BGC has served its time. We barely talk about BGC nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Even us as grown people, we're talking about baddies. We're barely talking about BGC. We might give them some tips on how you can make the show feel like BGC, but y'all have more. Y'all not gonna give us BGC. Y'all can't recreate BGC because BGC was in its time, in its prime. And that's when Tanisha was relevant during that time. But Tanisha's not as relevant anymore. So I definitely think Tanisha was smoking or had something on her hand and put it to her nose when she sat up there and said something stupid like this. Because this gave clown. This is not you know your worth. This is giving, is you cool? Now, I know she just did an e-show, but I'm telling you, I know they did not pay her a grip. I bet you money they didn't pay her no grip. Not only that, if she would have asked them Caucasians for 6 figures per day, do you know how quick she would have been off that show? And still, that show, in my opinion, really has done nothing for her career. She did a show, won a show, woo, great. Where are they now? Exactly. And to an extent, I don't even want her on baddies because she's too mature. She's about to be in her 50s in a minute. She's way too mature to me to be on this show, just like I feel as though Kat is way too mature. We're going to get into them in a minute, but I just feel like a lot of the women are too mature to be on this show. We need immature, and to an extent, we already know the Summers, the Dollies of the world are going to try to fight these women. Definitely make it clear. They're going to try to fight our favorite OGs. They might respect them for a few, like Rolly did with Camilla. And they will get into it, and then they're gonna fight each other. That's gonna be that. But yeah, I had to get Tanisha out the way because, girl, is you cool? She wasn't giving she was cool, like, at all. Now let's get into Megan, because she is somebody who I felt as though was somewhat lowballed, in my opinion, because like I said before, out of her and Tanisha, she's the one who is most relevant to me. And not only that, Megan would get in the field. I think she's a little too old, but I definitely think if somebody tried Megan don't mind getting out there and letting somebody know don't play with her. I'm not saying she winning, but two, Megan don't take no. Now, Megan writes, to be clear, Lemmy isn't talking about me, y'all. I never asked for a producer credit. I asked for $25K, which I deem to be fair, being that I make around $10K for one IG post. For most brands that I work with content-wise, I just thought that that was odd that I wasn't even considered, being that when people think about OG BGC, I'm definitely in the top 5 and I'm not 5. He offered me $10K, which I personally don't think was a fair rate for me, but it's his show, his money. I don't know who he's talking about on his IG, but it's not me. So, just clearing things up. I don't think she asked for much. I honestly think that he lowballed her in that, because they're going to be there a month. As y'all know, they film for 3 weeks to a month, and probably even longer with USA Baddies. That's why I'm thinking when it came to these OG, he had to offer all them like 10,000, 15, depending. But he's not offering no big bags. I don't think none of these girls is making 100,000. Maybe Rolly and Scotty, but the rest, absolute girl. Do we need to go eat some grass? He's not offering them that. And if anything, too, they feel like Zeus get that bag. Zeus got that bag because they're paying them minimum wage in a big chunk. Minimum wage in a big chunk. So, with her, I definitely feel like he lowballed her. Because, like I said, relevancy-wise, she's still relevant. She's still popping. People still think of her. People still want to see her in action to this day. Not only that, $25,000 is nothing. Natalie wiped their ass with $25,000. That is nothing. I felt like, honestly, she lowballed herself. $25,000 is nothing for Lemmy and Natalie. They wiped their ass with that. So the fact that they were like, yeah, for her, I think is insane. And then double down and told her that they could give her 10. I think that's insane. When, like I said before, she brings a lot to the table, in my opinion, when it comes to relevancy. So that's what I got. Like I said before, I would forever root for her to be on the show more than Tanisha, because I know even if she's not going to fight, she's going to give her opinion. She's not going to try to be over here love, peace, and happiness and all that bull. Megan gonna say what she gotta say. She gonna say what she wanna say. She gonna, say who she like and who she don't like. Not necessarily do I think that she's gonna just get out there and fight, but I think if somebody try her, Megan would square up. I really do. I really, really do. And honestly, too, I would love for her to talk about the dynamics with her and Natalie's relationship. She could just never care too much for Natalie. Like, she tried to be Natalie's friend, but she said Natalie just isn't no good homegirl like that. So I would have loved for them to expand on that on the show, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's get into the returning BGC, who 10 times out of 10 all got paid $10,000. Maybe not J-Love, but the rest, probably. Okay, Judy and Sarah are eating dirt per usual because they had a podcast maybe a year ago or early this year, just dogging Zeus. Dogging baddies, all this, all that. Now you always want to be on here collecting a bag. And honestly, I bet y'all they went on there for cheap. Like, in this economy, somebody offering you $10,000, $20,000, girl, you gotta know. And if Megan is saying they offered her 10, they offered them 10. I bet you everybody making 10. 15 at the max. I don't care. And you first of all, let me just get into some I really feel like getting 10. Kat, Janelle, Low London Bree, Sarah Judy, Camilla, Persuasion. I think 7 might be getting 15. 7 to me is still relevant. I don't care what nobody say. I love me some 7. Jayla, obviously, she's done more shows with Zeus. So, you know, she, out of all of them, to me, is collecting the biggest bag. I definitely believe that. Out of the returning BGC girlies, I definitely believe that Jayla, out of all of them, is collecting the biggest bag. And I know Sarah and Judy might have to run that with Natalie. Jayla, I really don't want Jayla to fight. Camilla, we already know her and Rolly gonna get into it. The rest of them, I don't know they beef. Kat, to me, is too mature to come back. Like, what is Kat gonna do? Like, go talk to somebody in the corner? Like, what's she here for? 7, we know she'll get in the field. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, since a bag is what everybody talking about, make them fight. No shade. If everybody want to be here because they OGs and they original Bad Girls Club and all this and that, make them fight. I don't care, 40, 50, 60, make them fight. Everybody want to go get that bag, Make them get that bag, okay? I don't want to just see nobody sitting around. Make them get that bag. Simple. I'm sick of that. That's low London every day. Gotta get that bag. Oh, everybody in that bag. Okay, get the bag and get her. Thank y'all. Get the bag and get her. I don't want to hear nothing about a bag being got if you're not going to come on a show and do what you need to do. Simple. I don't need nobody over here collecting free checks. I don't want to hear, no, I got a free check. I don't want to hear nobody say they got a free check, okay? Make them work. Since bags will be collected, everybody need to be ready to be in the field immediately. I want them in the field. I don't want to hear I can't fight and I'm too grown. Okay, be too grown while you getting beat up. Everybody want to collect a check, collect a bag, and be cast. Y'all gonna have to do what cast gotta do. Get in the field. Okay? And I mean, again, they're not above the money. So I don't want you to be above the show's programming. I don't want nobody to be above the show's programming. And like I said before, I think the girls are making minimum wage or a little higher. Just making it all at one time. Zeus give you a bag because you ain't never touched $30,000 before all at one time. Zeus giving you a bag because you never touched $60,000 all at one time. Tasiki over here, and you know, just an example. Tasiki over here hollering about somehow she need to get paid $40,000 to $60,000 at the reunion, but she going to sleep during the show. She ain't giving us much of nothing during the show. Turn around at the reunion, walk off saying they need to pay her more to fight. They not paying her enough to fight. They let her out a season. She on Instagram begging, saying how let me drop that bag so she can come. So, you know, as much in a perfect world, we want to sit up here and be like, Zeus be paying the girl. Zeus got all this money. Zeus got this. Zeus got that. Zeus is giving minimum wage to these girls. Nobody has a bag like Natalie. If you ask me, Rolly don't even have a bag like Natalie, because Rolly up here getting free surgeries, letting people just play games on her body, and had to go back and pay for it to be redone. So I think the girls really get their money from their bookings. As y'all know, DTB even said that she wasn't going to come back, or she was going to be special guest. Another one who be chasing clout and going to be right there full season. What is you talking about? Every season, I ain't coming back. A Rolly number 2. Like, what is we talking about? I'm just saying. The girls making their money out them club bookings. The girls still don't, to this day, have it like that. And that's okay. Because none of us do. But overall, I definitely think Tanisha is delusional. I definitely think they need to give Megan the $25,000. And at this point, because I'm talking about it, give her $30,000. Thank you. The other women that's coming on here, be ready to bang. Because that's what y'all are here for. It's not going to be a free check. It's not going to be a walk in the park. You're going to do your job. Do your research. And the girls you think that might try you, because I promise you, Team Natalie will be out here getting you girls. Big Lex, Summer, and Dolly. They gonna make sure they get you girls. And I believe he ended up saying that he might end up bringing like E.T., Rolly, and Pretty P in the house full time. Do that. Thank you. Do that. I need that. I don't need no special guest appearances from them. I don't need that. And you know what was crazy? You know, this is kind of off topic. But just to say, I thought that was crazy that when I seen Sav's thing, her breakdown or whatever, and Ivory was telling her, don't break up no fights. But on the last season of Baddies Africa, that's all you see her doing is breaking up fights. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that insane? But that's all I got for y'all. Just a little something of my opinion. I know a lot of y'all wanted my opinion, and there you go. Maybe not what you wanted to hear, but what you needed to hear. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Bye.